Oh, shoot. Get here.
Oh, shit. There you are.
How are you?
Great. How are you?
You're on my phone, too.
Oh, awesome. Yeah. Yeah, it's like the
Great,
easiest.
great.
I don't know why everybody doesn't
You're
use this format. It's like the easiest thing.
digitized on
Everybody.
my end.
What's that? Can you hear me?
Yeah, awesome.
Okay, fantastic.
Let me fix this corner, though, because you can see what... There.
Oh,
Hang on. Let me fix this corner.
cover that side. No, cover the other side.
On my Zoom.
You're fine. Sit down. You're fine. I'm the only one who can see you. Just me.
Sorry, I'm taking.
Just. Yeah, I'm the only one who can see you, dear. Ah, okay. I just shook everything.
Okay.
Hit my table. All right. So I'm doing a Facebook Live at the same time. People can hear you. They can't see you. It's also going to be up on My Worst Holiday podcast on YouTube. I'm going to do my intro, and then I'm going to introduce you, and then you're going to talk about yourself all you want to, and then we'll go into embarrassing or funny life stories that you might have.
Okay. Awesome.
We try to keep it real. We try to keep it real easy and real fun. So
I hear you there.
you're my first guest I've had on. What's that?
I said I keep it real at my house anyway.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, I've taken a hiatus. You're my first guest back in like over a month and a half. So took a little me time. So so here we go. I'm gonna play our theme music. Next to my bathroom in my basement. This is my worst holiday. My worst holiday. My worst.
Sleep with the phantom, shopping cover shirts, body corpse, always deep with a gerbil bereavement. 1, 2, 3, psychiatrist, ketamine, anyone. Answer never pooped in an encyclopedia. Dad, can we get a little kitty with a gay wrestling promoter? We rubbed his clip with our action like bone. This is my worst holiday.
This is my worst holiday. My worst. This is my worst holiday. All right, and today's episode is brought to you by Amazon. That's right, Amazon, the big dog. If you're looking to buy something from Amazon, it's this easy. Go to myworstholiday.com, click the link. It's your Amazon. You're just helping me out a little bit, and I mean a little bit. Also brought to you by Cigar Bundles of Miami. If you're not buying those cigars from Miami, you are a fucking idiot. They're so cheap. They're so good. They're hand-rolled. They're fantastic. Trust me, you're going to want to do this. And with that being said, from a room next to my bathroom in my basement, this is My Worst Holiday, a podcast about your worst wedding, your worst funeral, bachelor party, bachelorette party, or party, anything that's funny after the fact. We want to hear it, and today we have a very special guest. We have Miss Shanna Toft, actress and model. How are you doing, baby? Say hello.
I am wonderful. First off, I'm going to correct
Oh, you froze up.
off, but I get that all the time.
Repeat that. You froze up on us. What did you say?
I'm sorry. I said, first off, I'm going to correct the pronunciation of my name. It's actually Shanna Toft. It's just spelled a little bit differently, and almost everybody calls me Shanna or Shayna or Shannon, but it is Shanna.
I tried.
It's all good. It's all good.
But you're absolutely lovely, though. You're absolutely lovely.
Thank you. I try,
Yeah. Hey, tell us all about yourself.
Well, I am, besides an actress, I am a single mother of 5. I have
5?
2.
You're an actress and model, and you got 5 kids? I've got 1, and I can't keep up. 5? And a single mother.
Yes, I've been a single mother for 10 years, but I was pretty much a single mother while I was married too. My ex-husband loved making the babies, but not raising them. So,
Who doesn't?
It didn't work out.
Yeah.
Very, 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 very happily divorced. But
I was that once too. I got a great wife now, but the first time, very happily divorced. Yeah.
Well, I of course do date. I actually have a first date coming up on Friday, tentatively, because he understands that with productions, my schedule can change at the last minute. So we have a tentative first date scheduled for Friday, unless I get booked on something, because I am a booking machine, especially these days. COVID has not brought me down whatsoever. But my kiddos are 20 on Friday,
Hey, Debbie.
18, 16. Pardon me. Got a little frog in my throat there. He wanted to take a ride. So the kiddos are 20,
Lucky frog.
18, 16, 15, and 12. I'm sorry?
Lucky frog.
I know, lucky frog, lucky frog. But they are mostly wonderful. We keep it real at our house, so attitudes are what they are. But we actually did a booking together on Sunday. My almost 20-year-old and my 18-year-old and I did a private birthday party for a 4-year-old. We drove down to the San Antonio area, and I was a paleontologist, and my son Cody was a puppeteer for an Indominus Rex, and he was actually inside the dinosaur doing all the controls and everything. He had to wear the suit, like 150-pound suit.
Oh, yeah?
And then my son Hunter was his handler. So that was really fun because
Oh, that's cool. So it's like a live dino experience kind of a thing for the kids.
It was. And imagine like a regular 4-year-old birthday party with the cake and the ice cream and all that kind of stuff, and maybe, renting out Chuck E. Cheese or something. But these guys, the starting price for one person is $975.
Oh!
And dinosaurs are even more. So they spent at least $3,000 to get us there.
Oh.
Plus tips and everything. So, we
Make that money, girl. Make that money.
Exactly. So that was a unique experience, and it's going to result in recurring bookings with this particular company. But we also do film, and
yeah, I seen the picture of you and your children, your two boys, your oldest boys on a set somewhere. What? Yeah, I seen that. What was you doing there?
Yes, and we're actually booked on multiple days, and I'm not allowed to say what it is because it's in production.
Oh, come on, you can tell me and everybody listening. We won't tell. Like Dr. Phil says, you're in a safe place, So you just go ahead and just let it out.
Well, what I am allowed to say is it is a series that is going to be on Amazon, and it's my understanding they're going to show it outside of the U.S. first, but it's being produced by a name actress who is married to a name singer, songwriter. And,
you told me who it was, and I was excited to say the least, but I can't say her name either. I take it.
No, I can't. I'm not.
God damn it! Go.
But you're gonna have to look out for it.
She's really, really lovely. The other one, she's
very, very lovely, and there are
not as lovely as you, though, Shanna. Not as lovely as you.
Oh, well, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I love that. But yeah, there are articles out there about this particular series, but you just have to Google, I guess, and try to figure it out.
There you go. Everybody that's just tuning in and listening, we're talking to Shanna Toft. She's an actress and a model. She's got a movie that she's working on right now with a very famous actress as well, and I can't wait to see it. Can you give the name of the movie or any? Oh no, you told me, but no, I can't. So
no, I'm not allowed to.
Damn it!
I'm not allowed to say the word until after it's actually released, but I can tell you about a feature film that is.
Let me try to do it in charades. No, I'm just.
Do it in charades.
It's 2 syllables.
I don't know if I could really act out that name.
3 syllables. Sounds like.
Anyway, yeah, without giving it away, I don't think that I could do it even in charades. But it's gonna be really.
No, there's no fucking way I could do it. I guarantee you, there's no fucking way I could do it. But
Yeah,
Give me a couple more glasses of whiskey and I can try it anyway. We'll see what happens.
Right, right. I work with this production team off and on, so I definitely don't want to get in trouble with them. So I am not allowed. Not allowed.
Oh, you're dropping out on me.
But I can tell you about a movie that is coming out. It was supposed to be out Thanksgiving, but it got delayed because of COVID.
Right.
My apologies. There is a movie coming out called 12 Mighty Orphans that we shot last year. And that was supposed to be out around Thanksgiving, but that'll be coming out soon. I think that might be going on to a streaming service since movie theaters are pretty much closed.
Right. So 12 Mighty Orphans, is that what you said?
I'm actually just an extra in that.
So 12 Mighty Orphans, that's what you said?
Orphans.
What's the premise of it, dear?
The premise of that one is it's a true story. It's based on a true story about an orphanage in Texas.
Sounds like fun.
In the Fort Worth area. And they have a football team, and they were really, really poor, but they actually started playing against other teams, and they wound up becoming football champions. And so that gained notoriety for the orphanage and everything. And we were, my daughter and I, my youngest daughter and I were extras in that movie, but she's actually featured in that movie as one of the orphans. And so there's a scene in particular where she is running around with Martin Sheen.
Oh, really?
Really, really cool.
Oh, how cool.
And pretty cool.
The POTUS, ladies and gentlemen, the POTUS.
Well, one little fun fact about that, about Martin Sheen is there were a couple of days on set, because I was on set for 5 days for that, and she was on set for 2 days. But there was one day where they were serving like a bunch of fish, and I don't really like fish. And so the boyfriend that I had at the time, I dated another actor for a year, and the boyfriend that I had at the time actually went and talked to Martin Sheen's personal chef and got him to make me a dagwood.
Oh, nice.
So I could stay. And then the last day on set, before picture wrap, they did fish and chips. And I am severely allergic to shellfish. I can't even be around the oils in the air. So I couldn't even go near the tent where everybody was eating. So I got my steak prepared by Martin Sheen's personal chef.
Ooh.
So, I'm a little special.
Exactly. That's awesome. That's fantastic. Martin Sheen's personal chef cooked you a steak.
Yes, absolutely. So, even as an extra, I get special treatment from time to time.
That's fantastic.
I don't really do work as an extra, unless it's something really, really cool, because of course, as an actress, I want those speaking roles. And so I'm either lead or supporting almost always. So I'm a recurring actress on a YouTube series called Vid Chronicles, and they write different stories with morals at the end. So I've only got 2 videos out there right now for that particular series, but there is a third one coming that is going to have people bawling their eyeballs out. It's taking a while to get that one cut and published, but that one's going to be about 15 minutes or so.
That's called what now?
The channel is called Vid Chronicles.
Vid Chronicles, okay.
Yes. I have stepped back from doing any more of those for a little while for a couple of reasons. One, I am booked almost every single day, and 2, my price is something that they're not quite ready to pay yet. So they're going to call me back whenever they're able to negotiate a higher.
Fuck those guys. You get your price, girl. You get your price. Fuck those guys.
That's right.
I'm with you.
So
I'm with you, sister. I'm with you.
When I can make 3 figures for 5 minutes or less of work, I can do stuff like that. So
where do I get that gig? Because podcasting doesn't pay a lot. Let me request that. Let me change that. Podcasting doesn't pay you anything. So.
Well, you have to get sponsors in
Oh,
order to get
sponsors.
paid. You know?
I need new sponsors.
I
I
do
need new
understand
sponsors,
your
honey.
investors, and we can talk off the air. Do I know?
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I think I didn't hear that last thing.
Oh, no, I was just yelling. Nothing.
It's all good.
Yeah,
It's all good.
it was a bit. It was a bad one. It didn't work.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah,
Right on,
it's
right on.
yeah. Moving on.
Oh, gotcha. Moving on. So, my kids and I are actually all booked on a feature film that we'll be doing either in Florida or Texas next month. It's called Watch Dogs, and it is not based on the video game, but it is post-apocalyptic. And I'm actually a bad guy in that one.
Yes.
You'll see my face in the very beginning of the movie, and then throughout the rest of the movie, you will just hear my voice. Because I am pretty much like Cortana in Halo 5.
Oh, awesome.
So
Wow, you speak nerd. You speak nerd. Good for you.
Thank you. It's fun to be a villain. I do normally play good characters, but it is fun to be a villain. So I'm totally a villain in this one, and people are like, "Oh shit, we got lured into this place, and it's not as awesome as she made it out to be." So I'm pretty much ordering people around, and they're realizing very quickly that they made a bad decision. So that one's called Watch Dogs, and I'm actually booked in I think 4 feature films this year already. There's one called Line of Action that I'm going to be filming in June. There's another, it's untitled right now, but they're right now calling it Father and Son Road Trip. That'll be sometime later this year. Of course, we're doing Watch Dogs next month. And then I have a couple more things, and then I'm actually, if you go on my IMDb, you'll see the series that I'm working on, but I'm not allowed to say the name. But if you go on IMDb, you'll see the
So you can
projects
see
that
it on there. You can see it on there, but you can't say it.
Exactly.
Define fucking irony to me, would you? What the fuck is that about? Now we're gonna put it up there, but you can't say it.
I'm not actually telling you, though. I'm not telling you what it is. But,
I understand, but I'm just saying they can put it out. You can't say it. The fuck is that?
It is what it is. It is what it is.
It is what it is. I get it.
We shot the pilot episode for the series before COVID. And so that was like a year and a half ago. And we just got to start filming on the series again last week, but they changed the name of it.
Okay.
So I don't know what prompted the name change, but it is what it is.
It is what it is. Yep. And when any of these come out, get a hold of me, and we can do a short, or we can do whatever, and we can promote that movie as well, whichever one it is. But get a hold of me, and we can also do that again.
That sounds wonderful.
I know, I'm awesome, right?
That sounds awesome.
I'm usually, and usually I'm half the show right now because my partner Stabby, he's selling his house, so he has somebody coming over to take a look at it. So he couldn't be here tonight. So you only get half of the thing going on tonight. So there you go.
Oh, no worries.
Yep. But yeah.
We can have fun.
There you go. Okay, so give us a story. What's a funny or embarrassing thing that's happened to you, and as many stories as you have as possible.
Well, I mean, most of my stories actually involve my children.
Good.
So, 5 of them.
Because usually people just talk about shit in their pants. But yeah, whatever you.
I can.
Oh, you froze.
Actually, when we lived in Colorado for 7 years, I'll just leave with that story since you brought up the shit in the pants. But yeah, I lived in Colorado for 7 years, and then California for 3 years. But when we lived up in Colorado, my ex-husband was taking me to a doctor's appointment, and we had to drive 4 hours each direction to go to Denver. And he just all of a sudden had the bubble guts going on.
Oh no.
And he was driving around trying to find a bathroom, and it was like I was trying so hard not to laugh at him, but the faces he was making and the noises that he was making.
Oh, sure. Well, yeah, the guy's gonna be like,
So
oh,
freaking
God.
Yes,
The human body's fun, isn't
yeah,
it?
you got that peg for yourself.
Yeah, you gotta love the human body. Just.
Yes, it is. Yes, but he was driving around and he finally found a place where he could stop, but he did not quite make it. And so we had to go into my appointment with him having shit his pants.
Oh no! Oh no!
So embarrassing.
Why
But,
don't you go on in, honey? I'll stay in the car. You go on. You go on in. I'll just wait here in my.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, man, that was an interesting time. I actually have one of those stories on myself because I was pregnant and had to go to an appointment far away and wound up going all the way into the building and then wound up getting bubble guts with pregnant belly and kid kicking my bladder and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
And thankfully they had scrubs for me. So
Oh.
I was able to just change my pants into some scrubs.
I'll be wearing these home, I think.
So I had actually forgotten about that one until just now, but those are the before kids stories. And actually another before kids story. When I was in college, before I ever met my ex-husband, I was really early for class, and I was just walking around campus, and I smelled this most heavenly aroma as this guy was. Actually, I didn't even know where it was coming from, but I was like, what is that scent? Because it was like, like drawing me to it. And so I tracked it down.
I just picture like the cartoon character that's floating as it's going like the mouse towards cheese or whatever, like.
Yes, quite seriously. But I mean, I had to track down this scent because I wanted to know what it was. And so I actually tracked down this guy who was wearing this cologne. And I was like, okay, I'm going to ask you something really weird, but whatever cologne you're wearing, it drew me to you, and I need to know what kind of cologne that is.
Right.
And he just kind of chuckled, it's like I wasn't trying to hit on him or anything like that, although he may have thought so, I don't know. But I'm like, I'm not hitting on you, I just really want to know, because for a cologne to do that, for me to track down who is wearing it and find out what it is, that's some pretty awesome freaking cologne.
Right.
And so it wound up being Safari by Ralph Lauren. So I think
Safari.
That's just, me and the guy. But I'm just like, oh man, Safari by Ralph Lauren. I was just like, it worked really well with his body chemistry. So I had to know. Like I didn't even care what who was wearing it, what he looked like, whatever. I wanted to know where that scent
right. You just wanted to keep smelling it. That's you're just sniffing up on the guy. Yeah.
Yes.
So you're just circling around and just like a dog sniffing around the yard,
Yes. Yeah. Yes. I mean, you wear Safari cologne, man. I'm just like.
It's called Madame Bloodhound.
Yes, Madame Bloodhound. But my most recent ex-boyfriend didn't jump on the Safari wagon. He
that
jumped on
motherfucker.
The wagon.
What?
I know.
What did he wear?
He bought Noir, and my dad.
Jaguar Noir, really?
My dad wears Jaguar Noir, but it's funny because.
What is that enchanting smell? Old Spice.
I know. Don't wear that. That reminds me of my dad. But people thought that I was his daughter when he and I would go out anyway.
Right.
He is older than me, but it was hilarious to me. Anytime we'd go out and people who didn't already know us thought that I was his daughter. So, but I look a lot younger than I actually am, and he looks younger than he is too, but not by much. Um, and he is a good chunk older than I am. He's not quite old enough to be my dad, but I
Everybody
can't
that's
imagine
just
being
joining
older.
us,
So,
we're talking
so
to
he and I
Shanna
were together for a year, and
Toft. She is an actress and a model. She has several things coming out. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you, but I wanted to introduce you again. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
sure, sure, no worries. And speaking of modeling, I have another shoot coming up, and my shoot that I did last Saturday, the photographer has posted pictures on
Yeah, and you were
Facebook
absolutely
and has
lovely.
tagged me in
Just
there.
lovely.
Thank you, thank you. I'm shooting,
Hmm.
and he'll be posting the pictures that I authorize on Facebook as well.
Okay,
So
awesome.
we're doing an in studio shoot, not an outdoor shoot. So we'll be able to do some like boudoir photos and stuff like
Ooh,
that too. I'm not
boudoir
going to do anything.
photos. That's bedroom in
Yeah.
French. Boudoir. Not to be
Boudoir.
confused with
Yeah.
boudet. So,
But I have to maintain my image too, so there won't be anything too racy in
yeah.
there. Just
Do not
a
take
little
the
more.
boudet pictures.
Not the bidet pictures.
No,
Boudoir.
no, the boudoir.
We're
That's
not
right.
talking about water squirting everywhere.
These are the
Oh
jokes,
man, so
folks. This is it.
there you go, man. I'm telling you, I work with men overnight. I was the only girl. I'm a traveling merchandiser for a very very well known home improvement store, home improvement company, and so I go around to the different stores at nighttime, and I do resets and build displays and things like that. So I work with power tools, and I work with a bunch of men, and I was the only female on the team for a long time. We have two others now, but man, we are so freaking inappropriate at
I was
work,
gonna
and
say,
we just
I can see that there's very probably no harassment whatsoever. It's a, I'm no
no,
the,
I mean
no need to call
they're used to
HR
me.
here.
I'm such a bad influence, but they're used to me.
Good for you. Good for you. I always love when they can take a hit and hit it back, instead of like
Oh,
just
sure.
yeah, just fucking give it back, man. Just that's all we want. Just throw it back,
There's a lot of that's what she said moments. And it's like I have a bunch of brothers at my night job, and it's funny. I wish I could record us when we're having our conversations, but we're wildly inappropriate at work, and it's so
See,
much
that's
fun.
what this is about. Like, that's what this show is about. Actually, just people just telling inappropriate stories. Like you're in a bar sitting next to a buddy, and he's just like, "So this fucking happened." Like, yes, tell me.
Yep.
And that's actually what all we want. That's love that.
Absolutely.
Just love that shit because it's endless. Like
Uh,
like you're not gonna run out of people, and you're not gonna run out of stories.
That's true. That's true.
And
It took me a little bit to start thinking about the funny stories though, because like growing up and stuff, I was very very controlled. Even though I'm such an extrovert, it's just I was very very sheltered as a child and not really allowed to do a whole lot of stuff, and so I don't really have funny stories from childhood. But since I became an adult, I'm just like, and especially since having kids, I'm like, okay, there are some funny stories out there because
oh, absolutely.
that's when you actually get to living your own life and stuff, and life is funny.
And
Life
even if
is really
something is
fun.
like a tragedy at the moment, a year later, it's pretty funny.
It is. It is. Absolutely. It's like a few years ago, we're friends with a family who owns a ranch, and they invite single parents out every single month just for gathering and riding horses and fishing and just communing together.
Yeah,
So
I
my
hold
young,
things for unwed mothers as well.
do you? That's awesome.
It's all I could. It's the least I could do. I want to give. I mean, really, really give.
That's awesome.
I don't.
Because,
I don't. I don't. It's a lie.
well, but you could.
I
You
could.
totally could.
I could. Yeah.
But my youngest son was fishing one time, and for whatever reason, he decided to stick the bobber on his lip,
Oh no.
and it got stuck.
Oh
We
God.
ended up having to go home with the bobber stuck in his lip. I want to get the next door neighbor to help unhook this bobber from my kid's lip.
Get it up! Get it up! Get it up!
It was worse than Ralphie getting his tongue stuck to the pole in the Christmas story.
That was Flick.
It
That was Flick, and I had Flick on my show.
Flick, that's right.
Scotty Schwartz,
But,
yeah.
It was worse than that.
Yeah, that's Scotty Schwartz. He was on my show twice.
There you go, Schwartz. But that same son of mine, when he was a toddler, okay, I have severe migraines and have since I was a kid. But I also had West Nile in 2003, which
Oh,
caused
God.
a brain aneurysm. Yeah, it caused a brain aneurysm, and then I was having like migraine-induced seizures. And when we lived in Colorado, they couldn't figure out what was causing them. Then we wound up moving to California, and they discovered in an MRI that I had a brain aneurysm for 3 years.
Oh God!
And so I had been on every migraine medication out there, and they were talking about coiling my brain, which is where they drill in with metal. But they're like, before we do that, let's try this. And so I got medical marijuana. Okay, and it comes in the form of treats and gummies and things like that. But I also had flour.
Mm-hmm.
And my youngest son.
She said flour. That means she smokes marijuana, folks. For the layman out there, that means she smokes marijuana. She knew about it before the aneurysm and post-aneurysm.
I may or may not vape it every day.
I'm not saying you did, and I'm not judging. Trust me, I'm not judging.
It's total medical use, though. Total medical use.
Yeah, me too.
Because my youngest son, when he was a toddler, he actually got into the bud and ate it. So when he was a toddler, he ate it.
Let's not talk about DCFS about this, okay, folks?
That kid has been.
It was under the sink. Yeah, he didn't drink Drano. He ate a flower. He's fine.
Yeah, he ate the flower. He's good.
He giggled for an hour and a half. He's fine. He really liked his treats after that. Like, you want some cereal? Fuck yeah, I want some cereal, Mom. Post Toasties? Cinnamon Toast Crunch? What do you got? I'm hungry.
So happy and so mellow.
Just giggling. Yeah. Do you know on the bottle on a bottle of Benadryl it says do not give to induce sleeping.
Right. For sure. Well, I had it put away. I don't know how I got into it, but
Yeah.
it is what.
I don't know how I ever found it either.
Oh man.
There it was. All of a sudden, I was smoking it.
But yeah, some funny stories. In
It was my
family,
uncle's.
for sure.
I took my uncle's pot. That's what I did.
Let's see. Oh, last weekend, Saturday night we actually drove down to San Antonio, and I don't know if you've ever driven from Dallas to San Antonio at nighttime, but apparently that's when they operate their refineries in the San Marcos area, and I kid you not, we had to plug our noses all the way from San Marcos to New Braunfels because it smelled like ass so bad all the way there.
Was
I
that-
don't know.
I didn't even know they had ass factories down there.
Eventually driving back wasn't so bad. But at nighttime, it was like, oh my gosh. So, yeah, we were rolling because I'm like driving down the road with my hand on my nose, plugging my nose all the way from San Marcos to Toronto. And I'm like, holy hell, this is awful. I don't understand how people live here. I guess they become road blind to it or something. And I'm not like knocking San Marcos or potholes, but holy hell, how do you put up with that? That's
You gotta love a good ass factory.
Oh, I know, right? Can't go a day without one. Let's see. Let me think about some other stories.
So the
here.
refineries, is that like oil? Is that what the oil refineries?
I
Is it?
think so, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's some kind of oil refinery.
Who knew a byproduct of oil was going to be ass? Who knew that? I don't.
It was probably like I don't know, if you went into a men's bathroom at a nasty truck stop.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I have.
What did he smell like?
I have. Have you?
No.
Okay.
But
I'm just saying. I'm not sure how you are referencing that reference as to like. Yeah, I did go into a nasty truck stop men's bathroom, and yes.
Well, I'm a boy mom. I have three boys, and I know how their bathroom smells on a regular basis, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I have about 25, and that's how that smelled all through those cities. It was awful, awful, awful.
Awful.
I do have one more story that I wrote down. I was like thinking of things, and the kids were helping me think of things and write stuff down.
Bless their hearts.
Some stuff to talk about, but there is one more with the most recent ex-boyfriend, the actor. He and I were out for breakfast, and our waitress was named Caroline. And so toward the end of our meal, he called her over to the table and sang "Sweet Caroline" to her in front of
Which has
everybody.
never happened to this poor girl ever in her life. What an original guy. You know, that's what I like about some actors. Very original, very fresh thinkers. And I'm sure she appreciated it beyond all appreciation. She didn't walk away going, what a fuck stick at all.
She was beat red, though. But he left her a really good tip, too, for embarrassing her.
He should have. Fuck stick. Are you kidding me? Like, Caroline's never heard that fucking thing ever? Look, watch this. I bet she's never heard of this. Sweet Caroline. Everybody, you know, did he get the whole restaurant to do the bum bum bum?
And pointed at people and stuff, too.
My wife would kick my ass. She would absolutely kick my ass.
Yeah, the things that we put up with people, right?
And believe, and living with me is not easy. I'm a little boisterous, so like she would absolutely have kicked my ass for this.
Well, I'm sure I have more stories like that, but off the top of my head, I think I'm.
You know what? We're about 40 minutes in. I know you've got to get going to another shoot anyway. So you're gonna have time. You're welcome back anytime, ladies and gentlemen. The lovely Shanna Toft. She's an actress, she's a model, and she's absolutely lovely. Look her up on the IMBD page. Look it up many times. Click. Keep clicking. Just keep fucking clicking. She'll love that. Act like you're just... Yeah, just lick your finger and just keep clicking it. And anyway, hang out just for a second. I'm going to close this out. And you have the device in your hand, everybody. You got the device in your hand. All you have to do is like and rate and review this podcast. It's in your power. It's right there. You're all fucking holding it. So just do that. You can also send us money, and if you like a program, well, no matter what podcast it is, if you can find it, you can find me at myworstholiday at patreon.com. But anybody that you can give, it's the cheapest form of entertainment that you can possibly get. You've got people who are independent. They're not the fucking famous cocksuckers like Dr. Phil don't need a fucking podcast. So anyway, just give as much as you can. Like and review on all platforms. And with that being said, from a room next to my bathroom in my basement, this has been My Worst Holiday. Good night, everybody.